This is the BCJ podcast.
It's the BCJ podcast, and I'm your host, Jennifer Brown, as usual. And I'm here with a friend of a family, Ray.
There you go.
And if you guys, for those of us that don't know Ray, he always, he co-hosts with Zig most times. And also, he's been in a short film that he had to get some fake tats or some tattoos.
What kind of introduction is that? Ray goes with Ziki and he has been in it. Fine. Then you know I did with fake tattoos, just said, and he just got tattoos. Then I'll tell you, do you know that tattoo I showed you? Do you know that it's fake? And you're like, fake? I'm like, yeah, that's movie making magic.
I'm sorry guys. I
Yeah,
just
so
blew
say, yeah, you should have said that. Should have said that. Well, I got some
Right.
tattoos for a short film.
Right.
Also, the dragon, fire-breathing dragon. So
Wow.
one here.
That
and
looks
the-
real.
Yeah, it does.
Did he hot?
No, it's just stickers. So
And it's fake.
yeah, completely.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
let them see, let them see.
that's how we roll. That's how we roll. So it's the dragon.
Speaking of fake and real, what do you think? There's been this whole Japa thing online, and I personally think there's so much twist to it. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake?
No,
do you
it's
think
very
people are
real.
really living? Do you think
People are living.
there is a chance to build an economy that can work here in Nigeria? Because once everybody leaves, so who is going to be back here? What happens to us here?
Well, people will think of themselves first, which
Right.
is okay because you don't want to die. You know, that's simple. You don't want to die. So, but yeah, people are leaving. I know 5 people who are leaving.
Wow.
One of my friends who just got married, who I linked up with his wife, by the way. So,
Shout out to Ray
yeah,
for the
matchmaker, you know.
link.
Yeah, I do that. I link people up. to get
You
married.
could have linked me up, Ray, for real.
Really? You want to get
Yeah.
married? It's done. It's done. So yeah, he's leaving
Yeah.
too, and then I know a couple of people are leaving. Next month, in a couple of weeks actually.
Wow.
This month, yeah.
So, what do you think? You know what's funny? With this whole thing happening, the government are seeing people tweet about leaving. The government are hearing people say, I saw something really funny on Twitter about this guy. He was saying his mom used to be a registered nurse in the UK. So, she made so much money. She came back to Nigeria and started kerosene business. She had a whole, truck of everything. And one day she went there and the whole place was on fire.
Welcome to Nigeria.
As in, that's exactly what he
Welcome
said.
to Nigeria.
She went back to where she kept her certificate. She dusted it and she went back to the UK. So
It's in Nigeria, the evil you have done is enough.
as in,
That's
you
what
know,
they
you know,
say.
he was
I see that.
actually,
You see those memes. When people are leaving the country, they now snap their passports, or when they're not in Nigeria, the evil you have done.
I was just going to say that now. Like someone did it and said I'm out, and someone was like, "If you go, who will be left here?" The guy said, "Please let her go." My mom right now, he was just.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. It is terrible because everybody want to go. You want to go. So
I never said that. Look, I'm very patriotic. I'm here.
are you sure?
Till the country burns down, I'm here. Maybe.
So
I'm not judging people. See, the thing, I'm not judging people who leave, right? I get it. You have to be patriotic. Be in your country. Build it. If Americans left when it was hard, then where will America be now?
Right.
Or if the UK that you like so much, if everybody left, because it was a time it was hard, But again, I get it because man, people are trying to survive, and it's not looking very promising right now. So I can't blame anyone who says, and you don't know what pushes people to leave. I saw a terrible story about a lady who got raped by bandits, and she was talking and she was crying. She left the country after that ordeal. But not everybody can afford to leave.
Speaking of people that are yet to leave, what's funny? You need to be careful not to be scammed, and also it's not easy. You know what's fun? They think it's easy, just leaving Nigeria and going to the US or going to the UK and going to Canada. I'm like, boom, I'm going to be rich. No,
that's the dream that they sell. I know and that's what a good country does. Right. America is not half as the way we perceive it to be. There's high rate of crime, there's drugs, there's gun violence. But nobody remembers that when you're here. You just think you go there and you make money, you know, and everything's going to be smooth from the moment you step in. And then, but I'm not, the opportunities are there, don't get me wrong, but Nigeria is a bad brand.
There.
Nigeria is a bad brand on its own. So the brand Nigeria is not a good look. So people just think, people that are outside Lagos, then you come to Lagos, you blow. Oh, you come to Lagos, and then you come to Lagos, you blow the talk, and be like the way they tell us, so
I know, right?
So the dream that is sold is, I think, it's being sold quite easy. Like it's too easy, but it's not as easy as people think it is.
And speaking of dreams, and people will the people leaving just leave and forget about everything happening here? And who's going to build it? Because who are the leaders going to listen to? Because if we don't have a lot of voices, ASU is on strike. There are thousands of Nigerians out of school right now. Do you think it's something that is even motivating these people that are japing, the Japa people not to Japa?
Making the situation look much more hopeless. You get, so I get it. I'm saying, aside even the reality on ground, after I say Nigeria is a bad brand.
Right.
The branding around Nigeria is not nice. So people are just feeling like, you are here, what are you? A friend of mine told me, when he said, even me won't lie, I said, I'm not thinking about it. So you're not thinking about living, like, almost
they think it's weird.
No, yeah, almost like you ambitionless boy. How can you not be thinking about living in the country? Because I don't actually think about it. Like, it doesn't cross my mind per se. I'm more pursuing my career and how to get to the next level in my career. Right. It's not, like something I think about constantly. I need to live, I need to live.
But if the government could do better with our healthcare, with our education system.
Just say with everything.
I mean, let them start from the basic
call one. There's no system that is good in Nigeria.
But
nothing is functioning well.
If these youths don't see those results, they're going to keep leaving. And if they're going to keep leaving...
People are even living in the most horrible way. And people are going through the desert.
I had that. I saw that on Twitter and I'm like, what?
Entering ships illegally, hiding. I saw one that people were hanging on. I don't know if you saw it. They're hanging on.
Guys, listen, this is just my 1 cent. I mean, everybody, I want to leave too. The country is bad. But please, let's be safe. Let's do things right. Let's get the right knowledge, because knowledge is key. And if you don't have the right knowledge, you're going to leave to the next country and be in the same situation. And it's not something anybody's looking up to, right?
No, of course.
Right.
Just be careful while you're leaving. Have a plan. Don't just say, I want to just go there and then end up
being in the same situation.
And you start begging the federal government to come and bring you back. I heard someone committed a crime just so that they can. Because when you commit a crime and they're deporting you, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. It's
I
know
free.
that, yeah.
The government will pay. And so
wait, someone actually committed the crime intentionally.
He was frustrated and he couldn't afford flight tickets. So
That's what we're saying.
The crime. They arrested him, then they now deported him. But thank you. Nigerian government will, of course, pay.
That's what we're saying. So let's try and be careful. Let's try and get proper knowledge so we don't give our money to the wrong people, because it's not easy anywhere in the world. Always remember that. We'll be right back. It's the BZJ podcast, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Yep.
BZJ podcast.
Guys, it's the BZJ pod, and I'm your host, Jennifer Brown, as usual, with a family friend here, Ray, as usual.
Yeah, as usual.
Man, I need to start. I know.
Trademark that word.
For those of us asking of Zeke, he's good. He's out there.
He's following a woman up and down. So
no, he's out there having media run. Don't listen to this guy.
Yeah, interviewing some stars.
Speaking of media run, I mean, have you seen the whole saga with Ruda and Buju? What do you think about that?
It's crazy. Like I feel it might be a gimmick, because beef in the industry sometimes can help. It can be disastrous sometimes, but it can help.
Look at David and Whiskey.
Yeah. And I saw a video where an interviewer, the video was honest. The one of course is real, but he said, they asked him a question, do you think the beef helped you guys one way? And he said, yeah, it did keep people talking.
Right.
But Buju and Ruga's thingy, I know there's a lot of truth to it. I'm saying it could be, sometimes a label can even encourage you, go and respond to that beef. Right. See what, you're not seeing Goyomayo and Portable. They're not doing their own live beef. I'm still the king.
I saw that.
And I know for Portable, he just wants to keep getting talked about. So he does everything to.
So what do you think about Ruga? Do you think he wants to keep getting talked about? Because he's tweeted and said to Buju, get a single first, get an EP first, then we can talk. We can be on the same level. Don't go around, having some, collabo mix and
the issue is about who is better.
So what do you think is better? I mean, when it comes to the craft.
The thing is, I think it's dicey, right? I listen to both of them,
right? And
I like both of them,
right?
But I see each person's argument and people that are arguing for and against, and I agree on both sides. For instance, if Ruga says, let me explain.
Okay.
If Ruga says, I'm better than Buju, I have 2 EPs out, two EPs out, and my biggest songs are singles done by me alone, no features, right?
Right.
But Buju cannot boast of that. Buju has big songs, but he was featured on those songs. Right. But again, now why I say, so I can understand this guy say I did it by myself, no features. I didn't have to have, and I didn't need to get a heavyweight like Whiskey on my song to have a big song. I did it by myself. But again, you have to also wonder, why are these big names? Why do they keep coming? Okay, so I feel they are both right in their own rights. Like for Ruga to say, I have big songs alone. Yeah, true, fact. For Buju to say, well, I also have big songs, even though they are features. You know, I can argue, why do all these big guys? How many? If Wizkid calls Ruga for a feature, of course he'll jump on it. So am I the one that is saying? Am I the one that says you shouldn't have those features and all that? You know, so that's why I say I understand both arguments, and I kind of like agree with both arguments. But for the next rated, because that made it worse when Buju won the next rated, and he now said, I'm destined this award to his girlfriend. He said to Ruga. I said, Ruga, I love you, man. Then he now added his girl. No, he now added the girlfriend at the end because you know that. So yeah, so I agree.
You know, speaking of both of them, I personally think I'm looking out for a song from them together.
Does Wizkid and David have a song together?
But do you think they'll ever have a song together?
If they are trying to follow the path of their masters, they won't have a song till maybe they are almost at the tail end of their career. Wizkid and Davido will have a song together, but when they know, say, let's go down, they die. Let's just do one last.
Do we still need to go on that same line, same route, same?
Look at he created the FC and the 30 BGs.
It might not work for these guys.
Some formulas just work. The 30 BGs and the FCs are the reasons why Wizkid has a cult followership. Like, you can't just go and say anything bad about Wizkid and say they'll come for your whole family. And that helps. He helps his brand. And
you know how funny that thing is true. I mean, it's left for their fans to decide if they want to have a song together. Because I mean, you guys can make it work. Than having these two guys on the loggerhead.
No, now they will have eventually, but now it's too early to squash it.
I know.
Obviously, it's too early to do that. Look at what happened between Vector and MI. When they finally did a song together, nobody's talking about them again. It was a bad move as far as I was concerned. When they were having beef, Vector and MI, we were more interested. It was real, but my point is we were much more interested in two of them. Now that they have a song together, nobody's really talking about Vector has even gone under now. At least Emma has an album now and it's quite good. But my point is, after the beef, it didn't help Vector. That beef kept Vector. Then when I had the Hennessy cypher and all those cyphers that doing bashing each other, it helped them. Now they now came, okay, wave white flag, peace. And then now somebody's now complete. When was the last time I heard from Vector? You get my point. So sometimes beef is good and it can help. But don't go around shooting each other like Tupac and Biggie. That's one.
No, but actually also feel you guys can actually have song together and still be popping if you know your shit right. Wizkid and Burna are friends.
Are they?
I mean, Wizkid and Burna are friends.
Are they really friends, or they I just say they're not openly beefing. They seem to be good, but Burna Boy has a lot to say. And they keep deleting tweets. Why do they keep deleting his tweets? He has a lot to say.
He's being himself. Can you guys let that man be himself?
They don't want that, but there's something wrong. And Burna Boy said something, the issue people have with Wiz is that, okay, you say you are not, if you're friends with somebody and then your FC keeps taking jabs at Burna Boy, why don't you just say something? At least just say something.
What make you think he didn't say anything? What make you guys think he didn't say anything?
Because he didn't say anything, obviously. Like, if he said anything, we would have seen it now.
The label is bigger than the artist, remember?
No, but there's a time I think there's a time someone trolled, was it not? Yeah, they said Wizkid, there was a tweet about whether Wizkid was. Burna Boy came and said, please, you guys should not do this.
I think I saw that.
He came and cautioned this and please don't do this.
I think I saw that.
But Wizkid doesn't ever say anything, which I think is his style, but Burna Boy said, if it's not that issue, if he sees, it's not because of he understands the difference between the artist and the fans, he would have punched Wizkid in the face. He actually said that. That's why I like Burna Boy. He just sees his mind.
I know. I dey feel your trouble. I know. You know what's funny? I've been singing that line all day because we relate with Burna. Yeah. Guys, we don't want to leave. Right?
Yeah. I can talk music all day.
I know. We don't want to leave, but we have to leave. Yeah. I'm continuing from where I stopped with my whole... Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to our Instagram and Twitter handle. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well on Jennifer Brown. Yeah, and also you can follow me on Ray_Adeka everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, to go. And he's single. MySpace. And he's single. No, I'm married. He's single. It's the BZJ podcast and it's your girl Jennifer Brown signing out with Ray_Adeka signing out. Hopefully Ezekiel will be back from his womanizing. Right. This is the BZJ podcast.